Hello and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a relatively quick video about a product a company sent to me that I find very interesting, the Spansive Source, your wireless charging solution. This is actually just an empty box. I've been using this for about a week now, but let's kick it back to Jordan from about a week ago where we can do the quick unboxing, show you what comes in it, talk about it a little bit, go through the setup. So you can see on the side here, what you're going to get is enough power to go around, 6 devices at a time, 4 wireless, 2 USB, all at the same time. One source that works for all devices, works with both Apple and Android, and no need to worry about device position. It works with thick cases, works with accessories. Let's dive into it. And so inside of the box, on the side, looks like we have a power brick, which says it is 19 volts at 3.42 amps and has a barrel power connector on the other end, a thank you card, as well as a quick start guide, which has got a little bit of getting started information, a place where you can go to get device compatibility, some safety and warranty information, indicator light information, some info you can get on a Spansive app you can pick up on the App Store or Google Play Store. Here is the app on my iPhone. I can just go ahead and click Get. And then last but not least is the device itself. You can probably see here, it says remove clear film before use. Do not place phones with metal accessories or metallic objects on your source. So nothing with a wallet that has credit cards in it, no rings on the back of your phone, because the phone and the metal may become hot if you do that. Looking at it from the side, you can see there is a little bit of an expansive area here with a lip at the edge of it to be able to put your device inside of for both decent sized devices. Feet on the bottom of the device, rubber feet to help hold it in place. Here's where that barrel power connector is going to go in the bottom. On this side, there are 2 USB ports as well as what looks like a status LED. And if you can see it in the middle here, there is what looks like an exhaust fan as well as more warnings. And it looks like there may be some room for radiant cooling here around the bottom to go along with that fan. This is probably the intake. We'll go ahead and remove all of this. I do have the app downloaded now, so let's go ahead and open that. And here on the app, we have the option to add source, and there's a help button. If I hit the 3-line menu, it takes me to the help. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add source. It says Spansive would like to access the camera. It's going to have me scan a QR code in the green box. There was a QR code on the bottom, and it looks like I actually need to have this powered on, plugged in and everything so that it can join the Wi-Fi network that this is going to generate. There's the barrel connector plug going in, and you may be able to see here there's a little notch on either side so that you can take the wire out whichever side you prefer, the side or the back. And now that I've got it plugged in, I should be able to select join the network Spansive 0939. Now it's asking me to select my Wi-Fi network and then enter my Wi-Fi password. And now it is connecting this device to my Wi-Fi network. It's asking where it's going to be located. I'm going to say bedroom because that will be its final destination. And there you go. You have the device ID, Spansive charcoal. It does say it is connecting at the moment. It says tap here to select your device to register for a free 1-year warranty. It is currently connecting to the cloud and can take up to 1 minute. And I saw it just pop up that it was connected to my Wi-Fi. But now in theory, if I put a device down that has wireless charging enabled, I should be able to place it down at any point on either side and it should start charging. So I'm going to take my iPhone here, I'm going to place it on this side, and you can see it is charging at this point. Take it off and let it reset and everything. Try it again right in the middle, charging. Take it off, let it reset again, try it at the end, charging. Now let's just see if I slide it across, does it just continue to charge the entire time? Looks like there was a second there where it disconnected, but again, it immediately reconnected. Let's do the same kind of test on the other side. As soon as I set it down, it says it's charging. Take it back off. We'll put it down at the other end. It says it is charging. Take it back off. Put it in the middle. Says that it's charging, and both sides actually seem very stable no matter where you want to put it on the device. And we're back. As I mentioned just a minute ago for me, but a few minutes ago for you, I have been using this device, and you can see from overhead, here is the device. Been using this on my nightstand every night for about the last week. As I did mention, it does support charging up to 4 devices wirelessly. You can see I do have 2 devices on here at the moment, and I can go ahead and stick my 3rd device on. It immediately starts charging. I've also got 2 Samsung devices here, and then I've got another Samsung device plugged in to the USB-C, but I could always unplug it and just put it right here to have all 4 charging at the same time. You can probably see, yeah, it did pop up there. We've got a red light popped up on this one and on this one. So you can see they are all 4 charging, status LEDs and everything showing that. But then at the very same time, you do have these 2 ports on the side. One of them I was just using, the other one right next to it, that at any given moment I could take another device and just plug right into it. And you can see that it is charging as well. A few things to mention about this before going too much further. It does take 65 watts of power and can support up to 6 devices, But for wireless devices, you're going to get 5 watts maximum charging, which means that these Samsung devices are not going to support the 10-watt fast wireless charging, and it's not going to support the 7.5-watt wireless charging that the iPhones will support, which means it's not going to be super fast charging, but it does get the job done. Likewise, for the USB ports on the side, they support a max of 12 watts output, 5 volts at 2.4 amps, which means that, as you probably saw on this device, it is not charging fast, it's just charging. But if you maxed it out, it would have a total of 20 watts of wireless charging, 24 watts of wired charging, so that's a total of 44 watts, which means there is a little bit of overhead, so it's not going to actually, hopefully, draw that full 65 watts all the time. And I don't think I've mentioned it yet, this does come in at $169 or 2 for $149. And so after using this for about a week, what do I have to say about it? A few things, actually. One, I never really had any concerns about placing my device on there at night. I usually keep one device next to the bed, so having 4 devices available next to the bed was just extra convenient. So if I wanted, I could have one phone from each pocket put on there and charge it. I didn't notice the devices that I put on there getting overly hot or anything, so that's definitely a plus. That definitely goes a long way toward the not using the full fast charging. Your devices hopefully won't get as hot that way. I did use the USB charging several times for things like my AirPods and my iPad, which does sort of lead me into point number 4. This does have a very limited compatibility set right now. As I mentioned during the unboxing, there's a compatibility list on their website that is hopefully growing and changing over time. That is actually why you connect the device to Wi-Fi as part of the setup process, is so that they can push over-the-air updates to it. At this very moment, at the time of filming this, it does support all of the iPhones that have wireless charging built in, and pretty much all of the Samsung devices that have wireless charging built in, and that's about where the compatibility ends. I did talk to the company, I asked about the Pixel. They said that it does not work with a Pixel right now. That is on their to-do list. That's one of the next things they're going to be supporting, but for now it's not an option. Also, as you may have noticed in that little pull-out manual that I mentioned earlier, it does only work in portrait mode, so if you turn the device sideways like this, it's not going to charge. Only works when it's standing straight up, but that does allow you to put 4 devices on there at one time. Also, again, only works with phones, does not work with something like the newer AirPods that have wireless charging or the Samsung Buds that have wireless charging. Even though those do support Qi charging, they don't work with this. Is that something they're going to add moving forward? I would say probably not, just because you'd have to have some kind of a spacer, something to set the device off, and they're not going to provide that. So one way or the other, having something that you can charge multiple phones with at a time, you could possibly put on a desk or on a central point in your home, so that when the family comes home, they can all put their, at this point, iPhones and Samsung phones on one device and have them all charge at the same time, sit down and have a nice family meal together and whatnot. I think it's definitely getting the job done for that. The other thing to mention there is the price point. $169 for something that will charge 4 devices wirelessly and 2 wired. I'll leave it up to you as to what you feel on the pricing of that. The device I was using before this, I made a video about it back in March of last year. I think I paid $30 for it. It charges 3 devices at the same time, and it doesn't matter what devices they are, but it is very, very particular. You have to get it exactly in the middle of this little section. I've had quite a few nights where I'll lay my phone down on the charging pad and oops, I missed it by just a little bit. Wake up in the morning and I didn't charge at all. With the Spansive Source, I've not had a single night where I've put it on here and missed, because it gives you that status LED, and as I mentioned during the unboxing, you can kind of move it wherever you want, and with most of your devices, when you put it down, it does give you a little buzz, a little notification to let you know that it is charging, and that's worked out pretty well for me so far. And I think that's actually all that I have to say about it at the moment. If they release any updates to add compatibility for new devices, I may mention it down in the comments below or in the video description. I may talk about it over on Twitter, but one way or the other, thanks so much to Spansive for reaching out, for being very communicative about the product. They offered to have a half-hour discussion with me about it. It's a wireless charger. I didn't feel like I actually needed to have that discussion, so just reading through their documentation, the frequently asked questions on the website, and asking a couple of questions over email, they were very quick and easy to respond. So thanks so much to them for sending this out for me to take a look at. Thanks to you guys for watching. I'll put a link to where you can find this down in that video description below the like button. If you happen to like this video, I would definitely appreciate it if you hit the thumbs up. Let me know what you think about this new setup. If you hadn't noticed, I am in a new filming space. I talked about it in my last video, which was all of the weeks ago. I'm going to be talking more at length about it in an upcoming video. I have a new desk, I have a new filming location, lots of new things to talk about. New lighting setup, that's probably another video actually. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, if you want to get notified when new videos come out. I have quite the backlog that I'm going to have to dive through, and we will see you again next time. Bye guys.